We're back in the original 1970 timeline from episodes 1071 to 1109, where Barnabas and Julia disappeared from. Like 200 episodes ago. I don't even remember what happened, but let's keep moving forward. Right, so Barnabas and Julia are back in the original 1970 timeline, and this has been a little unspecified amount of time since they beat the Leviathans, although chronologically it's been like 200 episodes. Alright, I feel as though Salvador Dali has a better understanding of time than Dark Shadows does. This stuff is off the hook. Alright, so Quentin has been watching the parallel time room in the East Wing, and he's just seen it been destroyed in the 1970 parallel time where Barnabas and Julia had escaped from like 10 episodes, after which they went to 1995 in their own timeline. So they've been gone for a little while, and Quentin thinks they're dead, but as soon as he says this, they show up alive. Surprise! But they show up in the East Wing where the stairway through time is. How big is this house? And how is there... What is the time? Why are there so many time anomalies in one? You know what? Moving forward. So they immediately encounter Hallie Stokes, who is Professor Stokes' niece, and who has just moved to Collinwood after her parents have passed away. And Collinwood is apparently like an orphanage now. Speaking of, Roger's away on business in Europe, and his character of Roger is basically never seen in present time again. However, the actor is still on the show, so I'm pretty sure this is just a nice way to tell David he is now an orphan too. Awkward. Okay, so Barnabas and Julia need to do research, and I feel like this is totally what inspired Giles from Buffy, because they're all over the place trying to figure out who Tad Collins was, who Carrie Stokes was, and they do find that they died in 1840. Which is what I've been talking about for quite a few videos now, and finally we're getting down to what this whole 1840 thing is about. Quentin isn't really helping them. He is completely lamenting over the full moon and about his great-grandchildren, Chris and Amy, who have moved off. So off script, they moved. Amy got the golden ticket and turned into a blueberry, while Chris's fate, let's just say he dies. Rest in peace, Chris. And it's a good thing that Quentin was looking at the moon, because this is clue number 1. Alright, so Elizabeth meets a new character who is not Jeb, but Sebastian Shaw, and he reads her horoscope, as he's like a clairvoyant fortune teller. But more on him later. David and Hallie are working with the ghosts. So I think the solution here is we just need to kill David at this point. This boy has always be communicating with the ghosts, and I feel like every situation these characters get into could easily be resolved if David wasn't there. I'm with Roger. Let's leave. This kid's horrible. Alright, so there's this appearing and disappearing playroom that is there or not, depending on who's looking at it. Harry Potter Room of Requirement style. And Quentin starts dreaming of the ghost of Daphne, and he becomes completely obsessively in love with her, probably because of his resemblance of his great-granduncle, also named Quentin. So I guess we'll call him 1840 Quentin, and we'll later learn that he actually built the time stairway, so it's kind of Doc Brown style. So scratch the 1840 Quentin, we're going to call him Doc Quentin. And side note, Quentin is really pulling the OG Dad Steve thing by taking care of all the kids and the fam, and I'm absolutely loving it. Unfortunately, he does take the kids, Maggie and Carolyn, on a picnic because Carolyn is still really grieving over the death of Jabez, her, husband who dove off of Widow's Hill. So yeah. Carolyn thinks Sebastian Shaw is Jeb, so we're going to call him Seb. And she wants him to read her horoscope, but he refuses, which is clue number 3. Roxanne Drew shows up, Yeah, the Roxanne Drew from 1970 parallel time. And here it's revealed she's a vampire and in a relationship with Sebastian Shaw, who is her victim. Which is a total paradox, but we will get into that later. So there's this search for Rose Cottage, and the characters kind of think it's this dollhouse, so I guess we're like in Amityville 8 territory now. And Seb, the clairvoyant with Roxanne, definitely knows something. I don't know what they know, but they know something. And she's not wearing a lot of black eyeliner, but she's definitely evil. David and Hallie write in this journal in 1970 that Tad and Carrie find in 1840. So now we're in the others time. Okay. Maggie goes on a date with Seb and gets attacked by a vampire. Carolyn starts acting erratically as she's possessed by Letitia Faye. We don't know who she is yet, but we'll find out later. And anyway, so Letitia Faye has the second sight, and she starts to sing, which is clue number 4. David and Hallie make voodoo dolls and put them in the dollhouse because children are evil. Then they end up becoming fully possessed. Gee, I wonder who saw that coming. Oh yeah, me. Because kids are evil. The ghost of Gerard burns the dollhouse down and destroys the real Rose Cottage, which is a house on the estate. How many freaking houses are on Colin's estate? 7? It's ridiculous. There are 3 mansions and 4 additional houses on Collinwood. Okay. Anyway, the burning of Rose Cottage was clue number 2. And Barnabas had found the mansion and he saw it being burned. Freaking rich people. Okay, so Quentin is forced to dig up Doc Quentin's empty grave. And he gets into the coffin so the ghost of Gerard can bury him alive. That got dark. And then Daphne's ghost brings him back only to be killed by Gerard, who also kills Tad, David, and Carrie, Hallie. David and Kaylee. Gerard resurrects zombies who destroyed Collinwood. I told you there'd be more zombies. Quentin has a complete mental breakdown. I'm not sure what happened to Vampire Roxanne. Sebastian and Maggie leave Collinwood for Wincliffe so that she can be admitted and saved from Roxanne. Barnabas is captured by zombies. And Julia goes up the staircase through time and portals back to 1840. Side note, Barnabas, the vampire, is killed by zombies? I'm done. I need a Moon Knight movie. Thank you for watching.